All right, guys. First and foremost, I'm saying don't answer them. Yes, but listen to them. Everybody listen, because majority is I might ask those same questions to you down the road if your name comes up again. So look out for, but just don't answer them now. It's the first time I'm doing it, and I would appreciate if nobody else answered them. I just want to have the individuals I call out answer them. But I'm having a blast, people. All right, moving on. Mr. Drayton, Mr. Carlos, 3 questions for you, sir. Listen very carefully. Once again, I'm bringing up something from another one of my favorite shows, Man vs. Food. I urge everybody to check this out on the Travel Channel. Wednesdays at 9 o'clock Eastern. Pacific time, I believe it would be 6 o'clock. Adam Richman, cool dude. Being that you're from Bmore or Baltimore, okay, Adam Richman, the host of Man vs. Food, visited a place called Chap's Charcoal Restaurant in your neck of the woods, Bmore, Baltimore. Have you ever been there? That's your first question. Okay? Chap's Charcoal Restaurant. I repeated it. Okay? Question number 2, I ask you. If you have, or if you're not, I'm just asking it. Are you going to pass your love for comics on to your children? Like the way my dad passed the torch, basically, on to me. Okay? That's the second question. Now, this one is a kind of a little personal, and you don't have to answer it. But it is kind of interesting because I want to get your take on it as well. If you and your lovely wife ever have another child, and that's a big if, I'm not saying you are, would you name your child after a comic book hero? If it's a girl, if it's a boy, or if it's a girl, a heroine, like Nicolas Cage did. If anybody doesn't know, Nicolas Cage is a huge comic geek, and his name actually comes, his name Nicolas Cage actually is referred to Luke Cage. His last name is Luke Cage name. That's his stage name. And his son, his son is actually named Kal, after you know who. Can you believe that? Showing how much of a geek this guy is. But I'm not saying you have to name them Kal-El. But would you name them after a superheroine? Like, for example, okay, we'll use like Spider-Man, because believe it or not, my dad's middle name is Parker. Believe it or not, so it's my dad's full name is Lawrence Parker Bennett. So I'm asking you, if you had a son, would you name him Peter Parker as his middle name and your last name and your last name? Or same thing with or with a female, would you name your daughter Aurora? I'm just using an example. Aurora Monroe such and such. Okay? So that's the question, basically. All right? So nobody else answered those questions. So those are definitely for you, Mr. Drayton, Mr. Carlos. Looking forward to hearing your answers. Moving on. And like I said, this is the only guy, because he's excluded from the lottery that I did. Sniper Master Mark, my good friend Mark. Always a pleasure hearing from you. And thank you for this idea, bro. I love you for it. The first question I ask is a who is it question. If you know who this character is. And I'm just gonna give you a picture, and you just ask, and I need to know if you know who it is. Who is this Marvel character? Get a good look. This time around, people, if you know who it is, mark. You know, if you don't know, then you can ask the CMV community, other friends that I have or you have. You know, show them. You know, ask who this character is. He didn't appear too much. He only appeared a little bit in the 90s. He's from the future. And no, this is not Spawn. He's a Marvel character, people. I will give you a clue. The first letter in his name begins with an N. Okay? So what you probably have to do is look up all Marvel characters beginning with the letter N, and you might find this character. Who is this character? Okay? Next question is, what is one of your favorite movies? It can be any movie. You know I'm a huge movie buff, Mark. I want to know what's one of your favorites. One of them. Because everybody has more than one. I want to know what's one of your favorites, bro. Okay. Number 3. Your last question. Being a fellow AC Assassin's Creed fan, would you join the Brotherhood? There's the question. Would you join them? Alright. So that is the 6 people. I will do this again. I will do this every Q&A now. This is the new thing now. After the questions, I'll give you questions. So what you're going to do, guys, is for all those people I said, first, the question of the week, everybody can answer that. Everybody. Alright? Everybody can answer that question. The next question, the personal questions, for all those people I called out, nobody answer those except those people. But for Mark, that one picture of that character, if he needs help, Mark, if you need help, you can ask people. But if not, I gave you some hints. I gave you some clues. This is the new thing now. Time to spice up my Q&A a little bit. But I look forward to hearing from your answers, your comments down in the comment section. I would love to hear your feedback of this new addition to the Q&A. Do you think it's cool? But this is the first day. Mark this down. July 6th was the first time I did it. So like I said, it is vital that you pay attention, that you listen to all of the whole parts of this Q&A. Okay? Because you might just have heard your name. For all those who did not get picked, don't feel bad, don't feel mad, because I might pick your name out next week. Okay? And I will give you some questions that it's always going to be 3. Always going to be 3. So, but other than that, guys, this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, keep it real, stay tuned, one love, Mount Vernon kid is out.